Hello. As you can see, I'm dressed in my lovely Santa outfit, although I'm lacking the beard and the hair. But I will be very soon, because on Sunday I am out with my old mate John Little on the Manx Belle. John's an absolute legend of Eastbourne, probably one of the best charter boats there is. And I'm out with John, hopefully on my search yet again for more cod, and yeah, there's a few coalfish floating around, so fingers crossed it's going to be a really good day. So I'm preparing rigs today for taking on Sunday, and I've had a few questions over the last year. What are these Delta eel things that I use, and how do I use them? Now, I tend to use them on a drop shot rig, which I'm going to do today. So this is exactly what I'm going to be preparing for when I'm heading out on Sunday. But these, I don't know if you can see them here, these are the tiny little Delta eels. They're 40 millimeters long, not very long at all. You can buy them just in packs of Delta eels, all sorts of colors. I've got red here, I've got a white one here, and I just attach them almost like feathers on a drop shot rig, and they are super effective. When I went out with Jake in the summer, I mean, we must have caught like 30 bass off of them, just one after the other. They are really effective, and cod love them as well. So that's one rig I'm going to be setting up, but I'm also on the same drop shot rig. I'm going to be setting up these little things. So Gaz, my good mate Gaz, has kindly gave me these lovely little shads, or some of these little shads to try, and I've got some weighted hooks. I don't know if you can see those. I've cut a little slit in the shad with the weighted hooks inside, and I'm going to fix them to the drop shot rig. Now, I reckon these are going to be an absolute cod killer. If the water's clear enough, I reckon we're going to be in with a really good chance. Great over wrecks, great over rough ground. So we'll see what we're going to do. So anyway, first things first, let's get this rig sorted, and then we can tie these other things to them. So first things first, lines that I'm using a greased weasel shock leader for the main line. I know a lot of you are going to go, ugh, but actually this is really good for the main line, and it's quite tough. 50 pounds, it's not going to break in a hurry. But alongside that, the actual side lines that I'm using off of it, I use this stuff, Seaguar. Now, John Little, again, introduced me to this stuff. It is absolutely fantastic. I really can't rate it enough. It's so, I mean, although it's only £20, it's really so abrasive resistant. It's amazing. And where I've had other line on me fail again and again, John's come to the rescue and said, look, switch this stuff, and it's just held. So yeah, all of my rigs now I'm using Seaguar. It's not cheap line, but it really works, and really works well. Highly recommend. So that's going to be the branches off. So I'm going to have two thicknesses, the 50 pound main line, and then the branches off are going to be 20 pound. So that way, if something does, if for example I get snagged or something like that, I'm not going to lose my whole rig. I would just lose a particular branch off of it, which is what I want to do. Right, so there we have it. My three rigs. Oh, you can see the first two up there, and then the last one here. Now, it might be worth, I do tend to put the last one further down, and occasionally I do tend to bait it as well, which does help. But yeah, that's my three rig dropper rig, and I tend to fish that with either a weight at the bottom or a minnow at the bottom. You can do either. Works really well for the beaches, it works well for everything, spinning, casting, or even just fishing like bait. I mean, I've caught bream off this, I've caught bass off this, I've caught cod off this, I've caught pretty much everything off this. It's a very handy rig, and the tub gunners love it as well. My only one downside, I would say, catches billions of pout. So if you don't like pout, don't use this rig, but it's very good, it does work. Anyway, so that's my Delta eel rig. The next rig I'm going to be making for Sunday when I'm out with John is going to be my Cod Rig. And this is, yeah, tried and tested rigs, these drop link rigs, and they go really well for wrecks or even open ground. So these are the ones I'm going to be using for this. These are the shads, and I've just added, I don't know if you can open up, you can see I've added a weighted hook, and this is a weighted 3.0, yeah, weighted 3.0 katsu, I can't remember the name of these hooks, but anyway, katsu kame or something like this, weighted hooks. Amazing hooks, super sharp, work really, really well. And so they are slightly weighted, so I'm going to use a slightly heavier rig for this. And the cod love pink. I don't know why they like pink so much, but anyway. So, same thing again, drop shot rig, same as the last rig, but I'm just using the 50-pound mono line, and I'm only going to be using 2 droppers off the side of it. And then I'll be having a minnow on the bottom, which I'll show you shortly. Okay, so I'm nearly a foot in here, 12 inches in. That's my mark. Overlap the other line along it, create a loop. So 12 inches, got my loop, both lines together, nice side by side. And then the other line that I've just added, I'm going to loop over as many times as I can, 7 times ideally, if I can, 8 or 9, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now, must make it moist. Good. Right. Okay. The thing is, if you don't make it moist, when you do this, the heat of the line can destroy the mono and create a weak point. So if you don't, always create a nice moist thing when you're doing your knots. Okay, I know I'm going to get told off for using my teeth there. You shouldn't use your teeth, but just giving it a nice tug, making sure this is all really tight. Okay, perfect. Just clip it short. Okay, so I've got my main leader coming through there. There we go. And then I have got my branch off the side, which is 50-pound mono. Now all I'm going to do is attach my branch off the side to my lovely shad. So I'm keeping this really tight to the line, as you can see, no more than 5 inches from the main line. And there's a reason why, because if it gets too long, it gets tangled in the rest of the line, and I don't do that. Nice and moist again. With these hollow tips, I just use the back of this just to hold the hook and pull it tight. And clip it nice and short. And there we go. I've got my line with my first drop chop. Nice shad. 2 of them on the line will be absolutely perfect. And then again, I mean, you don't have to put a huge weight at the bottom because these are going to be weighted now, but just a couple of them on the line, dropping those over a rack. You could even bait them. Absolutely killer for cod. So let's see how they do on Sunday. And before I forget, if you haven't liked my Facebook channel, I actually do have a Facebook page, The Chunky Puffin. Please do like it. Please do follow it, because I do put other things on there as well. And also I've got the Instagram, The Chunky Puffin as well. So please follow that. So let's see how I do on Sunday when I go out with the boys. And I will be wearing my full Father Christmas. So